All right, at this time, we'll call the regular county commission meeting order, sir, if we have a quorum, extends approval, payment of the bill.
I'll move. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Do you have something, sir?
Yes, sir.
Come on up.
Okay, my name is Otis Bridgers, and I moved here in 2012, and I stay on 1945 Burlington Road in Crofton. Yes, they're by Hancock.
That's yours.
So if
Yeah,
you,
part of it. We got, I got part of it.
okay, that's what my problem is, right? Let me get my glasses on here. Yeah, I didn't know if I can.
Yeah, just move on,
And
move
so-
on.
Yeah. And so when I moved here in 2012, there was a male in charge of the number you call for road services to get the road done. And he would make sure it happened on a routine basis each time I called. And then sometimes he would come out and just look at the areas I had discrepancy with. Now there's a female in charge of things. I'm not trying to discriminate against her, but it seems like she fails when it comes to the Dixon side, dragging my side of Burlington Road. So if you're going on 133 toward Dixon, make that right there. They normally do it about 3 times. And that, okay. And the Crocker side, they do it all the time. They've already did it about 8 times this year. They even did it on the 30th of June when it was raining. They did it yesterday. They did it on the 1st of July. And they keep that side pretty well hygiene. When I first moved here, they told my house was the center line. And another person told me, the guy that was here before the girl took up, he said it was up to that first house to my left, going back toward 133. And but now, yesterday, on the 1st, when Crocker did their side, and I'm not complaining about Crocker, but they only went 66 meters past my house. So I don't know where the center line is at. And I don't think no one of the dragons know where the center line is at, because it changes every week, every month since 2012 when they do drag. And what I'm trying to do is there's a washout about 18 by 30 coming down Burlington Road back towards Hancock, and somebody's going to hit that at nighttime and fall into that crevice. And then there's multiple trenches on the road, and then multiple potholes. I understand that weather has a lot to do with this, but if I'm telling you that it's only 3 times a year that Dixon drags my side of the road there going back towards Hancock, they do it before school start. They do it if there's a snowstorm, and they do it to get rid of the leaves. So nothing hasn't happened since the leaves of this year.
Yeah,
Okay.
we've been out there.
Yeah, but
About 3 times already in the first 6 months.
No, I can't. I mean, I believe you. That's what you're
Yeah.
saying, but I'm talking about my hands-on.
Well,
Okay.
I was out there
Okay.
with them. What is your address on there?
19405 Burlington Road,
19405.
Burlington Road, and that's where they turn around at when they do their service and stuff.
And you got like a wooden.
wood picket fence.
Yeah, that's a turnaround.
Mm-hmm. And the guys from Crocker side, they always make they turn around, no problem. They do a good
They
job.
turn there too.
Yeah, But and if you come down there today, you will see them 60 meters I'm talking about, or 60, how many feet it is, where the Dixon side has stopped. You can see the grass going in the middle of the road and all that good stuff. You can tell anybody touched in a while. So if they've been down that many times, you're saying there's a failure on getting to my location.
Well, there's a new guy over there, and he
Uh-huh.
probably don't know where the turnaround's at.
Yeah,
That's
but that's been happening every year since 2012. Turnaround change seems to move.
yeah.
I'm about done here. Also, there's a culvert that was changed 3 years ago, one of the culverts on that Dixon side. And I don't understand what's supposed to happen when they take the old culvert up, because it's still sitting there at the mouth of that their new culvert, and then it's washing out on both sides of that culvert. The water is and stuff when it comes down. So that culvert is exposed, the one that's in the ground, that's supposed to be there now at the present time. And I guess that's about it. I just really want somebody to help me as a taxpayer to take care of the Dixon side of the road. 'Cause I got a 38-foot RV, and I be shook to death. I got a pacemaker in my chest. I be shook to death. So and I drive a truck and I drive a Hummer, and they bounce all over the road and stuff, and they come on that side. So my inconvenient way of going out is always go down the side that Crocker drags. All right, that's it.
Okay. I'll get it addressed for you.
Okay, and I called a girl last week and asked her to get the guys out there, and they still haven't made it yet. But normally I have to call her about 7 times a year to get somebody on the Dixon side to drag the road, and that should be my part. Now I'm working for them, doing their job.
See you, baby.
Mm-hmm. And one day, a guy that was running for county commissioner, he came out to the house when I said I was going to come to the meeting, and he had a drug the next Monday. He came out of the house on a Saturday and had a drug the next Monday.
Call that number.
Okay. All righty. And thank y'all for listening.
Yes, sir. You have a good day. I'll get it looked at for you.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for
And that old culvert that's left, they left it by the new one that they put in. That was probably before my time, but
Yes.
I'll get it picked up for you.
All right, thank you.
All right, yes, sir.
Split in the middle, they gotta turn around.
Yeah.
I always wish that we could always make one road one person, but it's hard to.
Yeah, we've been out there 3 times already in 6 months. Yeah, yeah.
Cause that first house right there,
Mhm. Oh, that's center. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you should see that now.
cause you did that out of your own pocket.
Yeah,
Get your car.
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Get your cars. They're on that slow boat from Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah, these people in Ohio take their time.
Or,
Yeah.
They
Well,
must
there's only
be
two
completing.
people that work on it.
Yeah.
From
Ohio.
See, we're completing.
Ohio is Ohio. Does
No,
not.
no, no, we don't claim Cleveland in Ohio.
Cleveland, Cincinnati, it's all the same.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
I had a question, asked yesterday. Did we, ever get that, bridge inspection check sent to MoDOT? Okay, she wanted me to confirm that, and let her know.
Yeah, one person in Ohio, the same company also has Texas. But you never know where the guy's coming from. You're gonna
Well,
get
the-
charged 1,500.
Clock builder is in Ohio,
But they have no
Thank you.
service people, so they subcontract that out to people all over the country. Once
I'm
it
telling you,
is assigned, and it depends on what.
they're as slow as the clock.
Well, that's the same thing with shipping and everything else with the parts.
I was like, first time they told us what to do to fix it, they go, oh, you can't do that after they told us to do it. That cost us what, 1,800 bucks?
I guess I should say it. I have high hopes that I pick up two today.
I got a truck that's been sitting for 3 months, that new one that we got.
Yeah.
We've not driven it on the job one day since I've had it. It's been at the place getting the flatbed was put on in a day. They're waiting for a pigtail plug. They don't have the lights on the bed won't work. The wiring harness won't plug into anything. They got to order a special plug from Benny Hannon, and it's been on back order for,
You know, there's a guy.
Been sitting there for 3 months.
That's the way all of our stuff is. It's just on back order.
There's a young kid in Rolla that'll make them plugs.
oh yeah.
He makes them for race car drivers. Like if you take a car and you want to make it a stock car, he takes off everything that's on the car. He makes new plugs with all the wires unplugged together on both sides.
Yeah, but I guarantee his has to be done by this specific.
Oh, yeah.
Or
I would-
they won't accept.
Warranty.
warranty.
Yep.
I would imagine, yeah.
That's where all of ours is.
Well, I won't say what the company is because,
Lights that they use with towing vehicles.
yeah, that's,
Well, I've never seen it that high. Especially this time of year.
And we haven't got our cart money for the month or our sales tax yet either, so that'll be another 350,000 probably. And we're expecting 600,000 from FEMA any minute.
I do got a couple companies I think gonna give bids next week on the guardrail on Ross Bridge.
Good.
That's the, semi-annual settlement. It shows all. It should be happy. It says that. Well, it says. All the findings, all the findings, the courthouse. It's just has a, I mean, it's just a very typical, yeah.
That's the statements.
And then, yeah, these are the, like I said, and then there's opioid money, and then this extra copy, we all sign off on that. So, it's in my annual, so.
David, notice the computer for air conditioning control is gone.
Has been relocated to a different room.
Do we have checks too? Checks.
I just set them up.
Okay, awesome, thank you.
Sheriff, did you ever make contact with the Amish community?
Yeah, I do. He was kind of upset that they weren't, because they're supposed to be lit up at night. He was pretty upset that they weren't, so he was going to talk to everyone to make sure that, now, they don't have lights. He has 2 poles with lanterns.
Yeah, that's sufficient.
So, and they got the reflectors, kind of, but he said he would address it. I haven't been out back out to see him.
I talked to Mo, they're ordering.
They passed by the house a couple days ago.
There's on 7. and-
Well, they had to, just ordered a bunch of signs for old, and we've got a community moved in over here, so.
He was. We're supposed to.
Get nobody
Or-
hurt. Yeah.
Well, to be honest, he was more about a car than. I mean, he was. But I did talk to the girl.
Okay.
I'll have any questions or anything? Oh, yes.
Sheriff, do I understand correctly that you're saying that, yeah, like you're saying, not upset requirement of having lights? Just want to make sure. Thank you. There is case law on that, and I'm glad you're the Amish local are taking a position.
Yeah, he
Oh, they will. Usually, they'll
was,
follow it.
he was concerned.
Some of the more strict Amish communities, if they're dealing with the kerosene lanterns, that's what but case law is very, very different. The Amish to object to.
Well, up the wall that says a white. What? I was like, he said, what if I have, you know, a car and he, so I mean, that's,
Lanterns are considered acceptable.
Yeah.
I had a question, the officer get arrested from Sunrise Beach. You know. I think he was an officer.
I saw a report on that. I don't,
But the question I had, I posted, their question, is there a requirement at state level for drug testing for officers?
we get drug tested randomly every month.
Right, thank you.
We never know who it is.
So like the military, we roll the dice.
And this is supposed to record.
I
You're
think it's
choosing to do, not required.
Outside agency does it.
Yeah. Road and
Yes.
Bridge, Road and Bridge is tested randomly too.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
County policy, isn't it?
Huh?
That's county policy. Really? All county employees?
Just
Any
road,
accidents, in a patrol car or a county vehicle, we have to take a drug test.
yeah, if we have a county employee involved in an accident, they immediately go take a drug test.
Trust me, I take it.
Yeah.
My first day on the job in 2017.
How about the guy on the HH? Have you caught him yet?
No, not yet. We have a good idea. Thanks to the tip line. The tip app in the app. We've been getting a lot. And if I could put out Facebook world, if you're on the app and you do submit a tip on our sheriff's app, please put the name of the person you're giving the tip to, or the tip on, because I get a lot of tips that just says,
I think he's over here
Yeah.
or she or
and
whatever.
I don't know who the heck they're talking about.
I get a lot of.
And there's no, they don't have an email address, they don't have no, because it's anonymous. There's no way for me to check on who they're actually talking about. So I do get that quite a bit where it just, he's over here running from, I saw him yesterday and he's held up here today and I don't know who they're talking about.
But it is nice, Bolo, I put out yesterday just directly from on scene.
Yeah,
So as soon as he went in, we'll like put that out.
I was to tell you he's over here.
Who's he?
Yeah.
Go catch him and find out. Wrong guy.
Gene Newkirk, we weren't looking for him.
We could get pictures of Clifford, the big red dog or something.
Yeah, yeah.
I might be back.
You guys heard any more on the Southern Bridge closure?
Public comment ends on the 8th.
Yeah, there's a,
I've been online and looked at their plan or whatever. The big question that I've been asked is, are we gonna be able to exit off onto 7 Highway to go north towards Richland? So they are going to be able to do that?
Yeah, that's what my understanding is.
Will they be-
I thought it was just to go over top of the bridge. You can get off and on, but you can't go across.
Yes.
Am I saying that right?
Yeah, westbound won't be able to go to the south side.
Right.
Yeah,
Eastbound won't be able to go to the north. side.
Yes.
right.
And that's what I thought, but I haven't, I've had several people ask me that question, so. And then this is a joke, Daryl, so don't put that. Someone asked me if you guys were gonna pave Republic through there because the last time they closed it, they paved Raceway.
Make it easier for people.
Make it easier for people.
I'm not sure, was that a public necessary?
I'll recognize it's a joke, but remembering that.
Oh, yeah.
Yesterday. They go, I go to Sunday. They go to St. Louis Monday.
At least we're not talking to alligator.
Well, I got the grandkids, I pick him up Sunday because my boy has surgery Monday.
Florida's gonna build another one.
Are they?
It's gonna, I was watching a clip this morning where it's gonna be near a,
Have you all seen that Republican who said that it would be full bellies for alligators with X number of millions feedings? And you gotta ask what enters some people's minds before they open their mouths in front of campus.
Well, what the Rolla Facebook page that puts out the jokes about Kansas City Chiefs coming,
Yeah.
something like that. We'll be seeing that on there before too long. We'll have an alligator Alcatraz here in Rolla or something.
Considering well in its community, that'd be a great way to increase clicks and trigger the people at the university.
I hadn't been to Raleigh in a long time, and I was driving and I see this robot car taking some food down the road to something, and I'm like,
What?
oh,
You've never seen those?
No.
oh,
Yeah,
you'll,
they're little-
you'll
little
flip
bitty
out
white robots that they deliver food all around.
to the campus.
Around the campus there.
They pull up and they go out there and read, yeah. I see, I'm like, what in the world is this?
They used to be the old,
That's a freaking California.
I thought the cops had a little robot, like, it was at a stop sign looking, and car went behind it.
Raleigh PD does have a little, it looks like.
Well, yeah, but when you see this, you can stop and get a Big Mac or whatever they're carrying.
they used to be when they had the food court, before they did that new
Yeah.
construction or whatever, they were all parked outside.
Craziest thing I ever seen.
You see the guys come out there with the iPads or whatever, and they program the
address or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they go out.
R2D2.
Address, like a GPS address?
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what they put in
It-
it, but it's kind of neat to watch it because, they'll put those traffic, poles up or whatever, so vehicles can't go over and hit, certain things.
Yeah.
And they'll run right up to them and like bump them a couple times, and then it'll slowly like move around it and go. It's pretty neat to watch. Yeah.
It stopped at the crosswalk and watched for traffic and then crossed. It was crazy.
They're really neat.
Yeah. Go up there around the campus and you'll see one. R2D2.
You go to the bowl.
Oh, Daryl's been here.
They got a waiter that brings the food out, says it's a robot.
Well, we was talking about them ones in Rolla. Have you seen them around the campus?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. First time I seen one of them, I was like, what is this? They said they're taking food to them.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah, I couldn't believe
So
it.
the one that's bowling alley and Salem, you go down and order your food,
Hmm.
you get on what lane you're on. Next thing you know, here comes this robot up your food. You're like, what the hell is this?
Not yet.
It's,
No. I would imagine it's all going to come together. They have to come from Dodge. Well, I'll get one set of all those titles. I'll see him today.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be untold stories of ER in Louisiana. Guy come to Mercer and had snap, I was a big snapper turtle locked
Oh,
on his
my.
neck. And there was a game board in there. I guess the three kids went out and messed with snapper turtle. He holds this thing up looking like that thing just reached out and boom, locked on him, wouldn't let go. When they finally got it off of him at the emergency room, conservation agent writes him a big ticket. That's the protected species. They were messing with it. They picked it up. It was a big snapping turtle. They were jacking with it. He had it like this, a little snapping turtle's neck reached out and just grabbed him. Locked on him, wouldn't let go. They had to take him to the emergency room. The emergency, they called conservation. Conservation comes up and involved. So when they put that thing dies, and you get charged. Oh, wow. Finally, all of a sudden, they just like a long sleep for a minute. They had enough heart bars on this thing and everything. On a turtle.
They can reach a lot farther than you think.
Yeah. I used to, in our pond out there, by our house years ago, with a slip, man, that thing come out like that far.
You have a comment from one of the viewers,
Huh?
a comment from one of the viewers,
Yeah.
Robert Burrows,
Well, Bobby Burrows, yeah.
culverts. When are you gonna come clean culverts out? I've been waiting for 2 months.
I don't know what culvert you're talking about.
I told him he's gonna post his address.
Yeah, you know where it's at. That was the property with the trailer.
Down.
Oh, down on,
Down level.
yeah,
I'd say that's the road.
I've never been asked about them.
Mm.
I
Maybe a
don't-
different
I
road
don't know
too.
if that,
Yeah,
I don't know if that's the road he's talking about. That's the one he's got property.
I asked him for his address.
He's also.
but yeah, where the culvert is located, I'm not, yeah. Last thing I had out of him, he sent me a deal on Facebook because and I went down there and marked where the county stopped, and it's 50 foot from that
all the trailer.
trailer. Anyway, I get a deal and he says, well, I've done my homework, sir, and I got paperwork to show that this is a road and thank you very much. And
That's tier.
I mean, I didn't say that it wasn't a road, but it's not a county maintained road. I mean,
That's down here, that's what he's talking about.
He's talking about teardrop.
yeah.
What brings Steve, that's your birthday. Steve, what they're doing, commission?
He come with a tape measure. He's sizing you up, see how much he's gonna raise you.
Assess the situation.
Fair enough. Well, if you're going to the tape measure date, I guess that means the taxes get to be shorter than everybody else's.
No, I did have a conversation with Travis Elliott the other day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He's willing to. But I got to talk to some other, in our associations. But, if you guys want to send a letter on behalf of the county
I'm for it.
for their appearance.
Yeah, I'd like to hear their explanation of it. I want to know, I like a lot of it, but I'd like to know their explanation of that. And I'd like to hear why these other counties have gone 40 years and got by with not raising them.
So you want the date on the 21st of July, or you want it for the last Saturday? Oh,
21st thought.
Okay.
Huh?
If you want
Day one.
summons them on day one.
the 21st of July.
That's what we have our meeting. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, hey, little Cindy hasn't been evaluated in 40 years,
Yeah, 45, 46.
46 years. They haven't had their houses assessed. Yet we gotta have ours done every 2 years. I don't think they're playing that fair to me.
What county is this in that hasn't had the houses assessed in 46 years?
St. Louis, didn't we?
And St. Louis County, you're saying, not the city.
That's St. Louis County, I think.
I'm asking because I don't know.
Yeah. Daryl, they pick on certain counties. You notice which ones they don't pick. Where they get the most votes out of.
They pick on certain counties, notice which ones they don't pick.
Yeah, they don't pick on the ones where they get the most votes out of. That's true. I ain't afraid to say it. Let them come down here.
We have
I might,
entirely,
I would love for them to come down and explain it to me. Here,
when you're saying they,
tax commission. There are 3 people on the state tax commission.
okay. The reason I'm asking is every statewide elected official now is Republican or legislature, both houses are overwhelmingly Republican. How many Republicans are in the city of St. Louis? It doesn't seem there are a lot of votes there for
2.
Republicans. But I get your point, but that might have been more the case with previous governors a few years back.
All I know is this. It seems like there's probably 80, 85 counties the state gets picked on all the time, while the other ones just get to run. And
Seems like there are 80.
it's not fair. Our constituents here in Pulaski County, I feel like, are being picked on every 2 years when people, and it's not Daniel's fault. Daniel's regulated. All of them are regulated to do it. They just fail to do their job. Daniel's doing his job. So why should Pulaski County keep paying more and more and more and more when these other counties for the last 46 years have been sitting there just grinning? Yeah. Just think before you open my. I just, when you dig into it, it seems to me we all pay our fair share. But others in this state don't have to.
We all pay our fair share, but there's the state don't have to.
We've got senior citizens out here having trouble paying electric bills, buying medicine, a lot of things. Then they gotta pay more when other people around the state don't have to. They're sitting back from the 80s. 70s and 80s, they had, since between 75 and 1980, their taxes have been raised on their houses. I go into homes all the time, be senior citizens, they struggle, they do. We got young kids buying homes now that they struggle. You got one just bought a home, didn't you, young? Why should they pay more than the ones up in? No. Get off my soapbox. Sorry, call the batteries up, called my radio for the weekend. Thinking, this is the deal. They weren't cheap either. It's 20 some hundred, and that was, how long ago I got that one? Back a long. I bought that one. It was 20 some $100. Mostly handheld, in case of disasters or anything where I could talk to them.
How much
20 some $100 back then.
back then? Oh my God.
Just a scanner, or can you talk?
I can talk.
Oh,
He's
No,
taking
both
the
of them I
radios
got.
of the sheriff's
I got a
department.
most win, I got the other,
Right.
V-band or what is the
He
other
has an
one?
actual
I can
code
talk
because of
to
his
them.
work as head of the county for emergencies. He actually has a number that he can use to call in. Just like
He, the sheriff gave me,
so
he
make
gave
sure
me the
something
badge
receives
380.
info.
And no, we're not talking the same thing.
So if I were going to say 380, nobody knows what it was.
No, when they say the code, when you hear somebody saying, this.
I've only
is
talked on it one
1699,
time, I was on the wrong channel.
is
Just
Also,
put
out of
Cowboy.
Fire department or sheriff's.
I was on St. Robert
Gene actually has a code as well as.
Channel.
Commissioner.
trying to talk to, yeah.
And also Travis told Daniel we might have an answer on the marijuana tax by the end of August.
Yeah, he said everything's been submitted to the Supreme Court, Missouri Supreme Court. And, his comment to me was he didn't expect a response immediately. He said it would probably be 90 days, up to 90 days. I think he said they submitted everything May the 17th, 19th, 20th, something like that. So he said he probably expect that.
Or August, so I just come here end of August.
At least we didn't have the big sun this year with the dry weather and 4th of July. Yeah.
Oh, I know. I think last year the fire departments were in here asking us to do a statewide,
Dude, it was
Yeah,
countywide ban.
countywide ban, statewide, countywide, sorry, I misspoke.
Yeah.
Countywide ban,
Yeah.
because it was so dry.
So firecracker be ditching out, get used by that.
Yeah.
The pyrotechnics plant there in California.
Oh, man.
Ooh. Oh, that's
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, blew up.
7 people are,
3 of them were brothers that was in it.
7 people are missing, I think, still.
Mhm. Then after it exploded, next thing you know, there was just the fireworks show was going on.
Oh, yeah.
You can imagine how much powder in that thing.
You know, I've often
You see
wondered,
the building explode, it was like, and then you see the after pictures that they showed this morning, after everything's out and done. It blew that stuff everywhere, and there wasn't nothing but metal frames, and some of the metal frames were, they got so hot, they just started bending over.
I've often wondered about like ammunition and house fires. Is that a threat with firefighters?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I've actually asked Chief Rico on that.
But they tell me it blows the side of the casing out.
Yeah,
Oh, so
And the projectile don't,
you can throw them in a 55-gallon drum that's on fire, it'll go off. But
But
it
it
just
ain't
blows the
gonna-
casing.
it just, yeah. And the bullet, yeah.
Yeah, it don't.
Cause it ain't got no way to harness the energy, I guess.
Well, that's what the barrel's for, to force it.
Right.
Kind of like a plastic explosives, where they got front facing, explosives rear facing, you know. Same thing.
It don't matter, you hear a bunch of pop, 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 you're taking cover.
Oh,
Chief Rico said the problem you deal with is when people have a gun on their bedstand that's loaded, then you can run into the problems, but just ammunition loose isn't an issue.
Right,
There have been firefighters who have been shot by exploding ammunition out of the gun, when they go into a
yeah,
house.
if it goes off and got the barrel, yeah, it can project off the barrel.
I mean, not that I have any ammunition or anything. I don't.
I got rid of all my,
Of course you did.
I got rid of all my guns.
I can see it.
I don't have a gun.
Yeah, I dumped them all in a river somewhere or a lake.
Put them
You
upstairs.
don't have to worry about, you don't have to worry about that right now.
Right,
Make
exactly.
sure you renew your CCW.
Yeah, in fact, I think.
You know, I forgot to do mine in the last, I was like, you got it.
You still renew it.
Yeah, I gotta
I'll
do,
take your money.
I gotta do
We're
mine
just
this
gonna
morning.
give you the money that renews.
Gotta pay a fee.
Hey, mine
That's
expired.
something I don't,
Fine, Gary.
that's something I don't have.
Yeah.
Can you renew one in the?
$925.
That's what I thought.
No, it's a small file.
Convenience fee.
The one that gets me is we carry, you know, the ones that just carry on out. Carry, you'll see them
Open
walking
carry.
around and you can pull it right off of them. It's not,
Yeah, there was people at the fair this past week, open carry.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. They
And
walk
it usually
around.
don't bother me, but some of them, I'll look at, think.
There's some of, there, well, we had, he had a war, with a war eagle or
Desert Eagle.
44. That's huge. And it's on his side walking, he's drinking.
Must
What
have
do you got
been
that on?
me.
Don't make a bit of sense to me.
Sheriff Daniel's got a question.
Mine expired about a month and a half ago. We still. I think it's, oh, yeah.
Take your money.
All right.
What's the,
The Lord knows I need your money.
can you carry it in without two woods, or how do you carry it?
Do what?
How do you carry a weapon in your vehicle without? Just gotta keep the weapon.
In plain sight.
Visible.
That
It's gotta be visible.
visible.
Or if they ask if you have any weapons in the vehicle, I mean,
Like-
that's good news when they stop me. Yeah,
Well,
one over there.
we don't ask that question.
Well, I usually tell them anyway because I
But
don't want nobody to
but it's-
freak out.
It's technically none of our business because
Well, I've been asked before and
unless
I've
you
told
come
them,
back
I
like
mean,
with a warrant or something like that, but,
yeah,
or you're on probation parole, but
Or if you're having reached in the glove box before the register.
Yeah.
Underneath the board.
yeah,
You might want to let them know. before.
yeah.
That's just a paperweight. Yeah, I've reached it in there.
There's the knowledge got that button you push and the whole screen goes up.
it's $50 to renew. And if it's expired more than 30 days, it's $10 10 additional dollars for up to 6 months.
What?
Then you have to
$10 per month, up to 6 months.
Mine has been 2 years.
$10.
I can't take your money.
So you got an
I'm
extra.
gonna go downstairs.
So what do I gotta do? Go through the whole thing over again?
I think it's cash. isn't it?
Actually, I don't think they have it set up yet, but you can ask that they do, we just got a card reader just for that.
I can use the ATM. Can I borrow your debit card?
Hey,
Well, it's on-
hey,
Second Tuesday next
Johnny
week.
Big O and swipe to the crack.
Let my wallet at home.
Yeah.
So I gotta go do the testing and everything over again or whatever. go through the
No.
whole deal? Really? That's bullshit. I ain't gonna do that.
Well, you're not protected if you need state. It doesn't
Yeah,
have
it
reciprocity.
goes with me wherever I go.
Hmm?
It goes with me wherever I go.
State, the other state doesn't have reciprocity, you can get trouble.
I went all the way
I
to
want-
Delaware.
All my citizens be protected.
I went all the way to Delaware. and I
Not
went all the
just
way
in
to
Missouri.
Mississippi, Florida.
Yeah, you never got stopped.
You'll have a good weekend.
Thanks,
You
Daniel.
too, Daniel.
There's only 2 states that don't have the reciprocity, isn't it? It's
Illinois is one of them.
Illinois and like Delaware or someplace, Illinois or Rhode Island or something.
Around us,
Yeah,
I would go to Illinois.
every state around.
I
us
don't
has
trust nothing that comes off of that phone.
Yeah. 8, 6, 7, 5, 3.
So if he tells you
You're gonna
something,
listen to him and he's giving you,
I'm not believing.
after he gave you the bridge number, you're gonna listen to him.
Nah, yeah.
Are the commissioners done with all the real business for the day? Does the sheriff maybe want to comment on the recent news media coverage of the situation out of Shrine Club,
What?
the motorcycle issue? I want to give you the opportunity to say publicly some of the details of what happened with the news media coverage. Anything you might want to say?
Over and done with.
Very good.
It's over. They didn't have it.
Illinois, Michigan, California, Nevada, Oregon, Washington, New York, Rhode Island, New Jersey, blah, blah, blah. They don't have reciprocity with us.
Let's see, been to Michigan, been to Illinois.
And then everybody but Arkansas has reciprocity with conditions. Arkansas, it's Seminoles, Missouri. What those restrictions are, I mean. There's a map that shows you.
Mm-hmm.
With you all on the.
Doug, what's new with you? Catch any fish? You do anything?
Fish, but I don't catch. Some fish, that's about the only fish I caught this year. Spent a portion on baits and lures and all that. It's like a rec ball game. I love to play, but I'm no good. I mean, I just love to play, just love to play. Down in Panama to play all day. You never win a game. I'm out there, I'm going hustling.
You go fishing at the lake.
Yeah, you call me boat, that boat. Angler, put it.
Warsaw, yeah.
Yeah, Warsaw. It's a compromise between the Ranger, bass boat, get two people, all upside down, trying to figure out where. Pontoon boat, just put them in good fishing, made much too slow. So, we hard to get the deck boat, I think it's a good mile an hour. We got two fishing spots in the back and front, so it goes out, get pontoon like boat.
You got the radar?
Oh, yeah, we got everything.
And you can't catch no daggone fish with the
I
radar?
suck. Doug, no.
Change your bait.
I got tax box for days. Got storage compartments. I got everything you could credit card and buy. Now, my daughter-in-law is a fishing pool. She got 2 5-pound bass right off Laura, right across the, I mean, I just watched it happen. One little bit, same thing I'm doing, black and the chartreuse and jigs right off the bottom. Boy, she's got a $100 pole. I got a $300 pole. Braid. She's just.
Reeling them
in.
in.
World.
Oh, yeah.
I'm doing everything. I'm looking at YouTube, watching the.
That's your problem.
Yeah, that's right. No,
Fish.
I'll just fish. She just fish. She's not even trying.
Just fish. Fish up there, Truman, my brother had a place up there. He was on that water every day. We go up catch fish all the time. But he knew the weather, the temperature, whatever was going on. He knew exactly how.
Wind direction.
Wind direction. He would know how far off the bank, how deep. He would sit there and he'd tell me, if you know anybody want, he was bored. I'd send people up there to get on the boat with him. He loved it. He'd take him up and catch him. He'd get out and get them out and limit their fish. That's what he loved to do.
I've been fishing since about 1995, so.
Yeah.
You've been fishing every day
God's
since you took
on-
office.
Well, that. Jessica vouched for this story. We went fishing, we were in Alexander, Virginia. We went down to the river and there was a bait shop, little convenience store. We went across the bridge, park. We went, we got bait and stuff, and then we went down on that same side of the river. Big, huge, I don't know what river it was, but it was huge. It was wide. We walked down probably about a mile and a half to a little spot.
Flash.
We stopped, we started fishing. Started getting dark. We're like, man, we need to pack up. So we started packing up, and now it's dark. We started walking back. As I sit here, I will tell you, and Joel and Jesse can vouch for this. When we came when we came back to the road, we had to walk across the bridge to our car. Now,
You still know how he did that,
we got
huh? Turned around.
We got aliens or something, I don't know. But I swear to you, we went down that same side, and when we walked out at night, we didn't cross the daggone river. There's no way to cross it. We came back and we had to walk across the bridge. We were just like, what in the hell just happened? We drove across the bridge in the car, but when we came back out, we had to cross that bridge on foot. Alien abduction, I don't know.
Do you need a good detective for the sheriff's department?
I don't know.
Because,
I was
listen,
thinking more
No,
like-
no,
something was involved here, Sheriff.
we were not drinking.
Alcohol wasn't.
Well, here,
We did
yeah,
not, nope, we did not, we had no.
here's another one I'm gonna call you out on. You was fishing in the river, but you didn't know what river it was, but did you have a fishing license to be fishing there?
We did not. This was Virginia. This was 95. This was from the military
Here we
station,
go.
Virginia.
Here we go.
Hey,
I'm
get
told-
the gavel out.
Guilty.
I think Missouri is the only.
What's the state of,
Was it Virginia or West Virginia?
It
what
was
do they call
Virginia.
that? What's the limitations on this?
Well, it's better
Well,
to beg for forgiveness
There's a
and
lot of
ask for
states that don't
permission.
require
We
military.
didn't catch no fish to get.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, there's a lot
Some states don't require military to have
that have fishing
Well, I tell you what's bad though. I know a couple that was fishing. Well, it was a family and they was at a local area lake. The kids was fishing. Well, unless you're 16 or over, you don't have to have a fishing license. Well, the kid got his poles tangled up. He handed it to his mom to hold the pole. She didn't have a fishing license. Here's Mr. Green Jeans with the binoculars, and he comes down and gives the mom a ticket for holding the fishing pole for fishing. So yeah, yeah. And even if you're gigging, if you're running the motor and not gigging, you gotta have a
You're
fishing
away
license.
from- Yeah,
Yeah,
you're there.
you're part of it.
You're part of it.
Yeah. So it's a fine line of whether you have to have them or not.
Well, it's like states murder. If you're in the vehicle, you're just as
Yeah.
guilty as the person pulling the
But
trigger.
it feels good to violate the law every once in a while, doesn't it?
Finally, remember you're on camera. Because
I like the way it walked in the gray, I'll say that.
Well, you know what? Everybody,
You need a
yeah.
license to fish in Virginia.
Well, the question is, what happened in 1995?
Back in the Stone Age.
Statute of limitations probably ran out on that.
Yeah.
You know what? A lot of times you don't. There's so many laws. I mean, you can be on one side of a rock and not have to be on this side and be fishing in a
Here's the
different
crazy,
state.
we go fishing down in Oklahoma, Lake Texoma. Well, you look at, actually gotta look at the fish screen. It'll tell you when you cross into Texas. But that place, you can buy just a fishing license for that lake only. It
Right.
covers wherever you go. But I was watching my Texas warden show the other day, they were on Lake Texoma.
Yes, in 1995, you generally needed a fishing license to fish in Virginia.
ChatGPT.
Well,
8, 6, 7.
Fines in the mail.
keyword is generally, did you have a military exemption in that state? And Virginia's one of the ones that did it.
He's trying to, Virginia wants to come after me for fishing without a license.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely a fair weather fisher.
I'm not gonna give the name, but we have an Australian international military student here who got picked up for fishing without a license. And he took a Facebook photograph of the thing, sent it back to his relatives in Australia, and said, here's proof I'm a legitimate Australian.
Yeah, you- Game on, baby. Oh, man.